Okay, if you suddenly remember something or something comes up during the practice and you're not sure how to work with it, let me know. Because in reality, we all have different bodies and need different things. Lay on your back. So in your initial setup, you have some choices as you lie down. You can bend your knees and set your feet on the floor. You're welcome to place a bolster under your knees. Excuse me. And a couple of you may appreciate having the soles of your feet. Sorry, guys, I'm like a 5-year-old. Hold on, I have to pull myself together. All right, so a couple of you would appreciate bringing the soles of your feet together and your knees wide. And as you close your eyes, just take this moment right now to ground. So feeling the ground underneath you. Noticing the sounds around you. Simply observing everything as it is. Navigating, relating to yourself from the space of your heart. So that you're feeling, observing, more interested in the sensation, the interdimensionality, stripped of story. And as you feel yourself as you are, drawing your attention to your breath in your body. Noticing where you're breathing in your body. And how it feels. A simple meeting of yourself in this moment. A sweet curiosity. Relishing the feeling of how good it feels to breathe deeply. And noticing how you can really spread your breath into so many new spaces. So you can get a little creative and a little playful with your breath. Your whole body can breathe. And just placing presence, attention on your whole body. Feeling this joy, this nourishment of your breath. It's helpful to have your inhale at the same length as your exhale. You may find at times having exhale a little bit longer than inhale is helpful as it decompresses the nervous system and encourages a clearing out. But even to play today with having a soft intention of just listening to what's here and even allowing a surprise as you drop more deeply in. And as you feel certain sensations, you'll start to notice that your body is just asking for a little extra breath. And so as you lie here, if there's one space where your body would like a little extra breath, you can even put your hand there and just start to encourage breath more.
Do you want to put a bolster under here and a block so you lift up for your chest?
And notice what it feels like. Notice what it feels like to really nourish this area with breath. You could almost experience it like you're bringing light into this area. And if you're more visual, you may even witness changes to this area. Those of you more kinesthetic will feel. You may also start to notice how your whole system is calming down. Really relish this calming down feeling. Playing with how much can you relax. Staying aware of your whole body. Simply inviting relaxation through your whole body. And if you get so relaxed that you find that you slide a little bit into dream time, that's fine. A part of you still grounded here. There is a healthy, nourishing space where the body regenerates itself. When we go into that dream time space, brain waves slowing down so much. You may even notice that the texture of yourself changes. As you continue to drop and meet and breathe and feel and stay. As you stay with your breath, know that at sometimes you may want to just keep lying still, that there's a lot of healing and benefit to the stillness. So if that becomes your wisdom at any point do honor that. For those of you who would like to move into an asana, if you have any bolsters or props underneath you, place them to the side. And do remember, it's okay to keep lying still if you need to. And as you stay with your breath, have your bolster to the right of you. And on your next inhale, and have it to the right of you and more down towards your side. We're coming into a spinal twist using the bolster as some support. So with your legs straight out, on your next inhale, draw your left knee into your chest. And we'll do traditional left leg. So just draw the other left leg in. And then take your left arm up over your head. And using right hand, pull left knee across your torso. There you go. So that your left knee comes down onto your bolster. Now, some of you may not want the bolster, but I find especially as a first pose, it's nice to have that extra support for the sacrum. And then your left arm, depending upon what you need, you can either have left arm straight up, you can slide it a little bit to the left, notice how the angle will change things, or all the way out to shoulder height. And if you need extra support for left arm, you can place your block, blanket, or additional bolster there. Read your mind, obviously. All right. And just notice now the sensations in your body, the slowness of your breath. Your neck can either just be straight up, chin straight up, or you can turn your head to the right or to the left. Notice what feels really good. And softening your eyes. Usually in a yin practice, we're engaging as little muscle as possible. So that with the longer holds, which will be anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, we'll start to get into the fascia of the body. And you might notice that your low back is speaking to you. You might notice that your chest is speaking to you. Do play with relaxing your jaw a little bit. So let your bottom teeth hang down a little bit. Those of you who have been in class with me before, you know that I talk about the importance of the drooling technique, where your face muscles get so relaxed that you couldn't just help but drool. And if you find that you kind of go away with your eyes closed, you're welcome to have them open, but make sure that they're super soft so that you're still gazing inwards. So really soft eyes. And focus upon the light that your breath brings. The pleasure, softness, energy, and connection that your breath brings. Even slowing your breath down so much so that you can get into a new space. Face softening Even visualizing how the vertebra in your spine get to lengthen and have space with every inhale. Staying just a little bit longer. If it's ever your body's wisdom to come out, you honor yourself and do that. For the last few breaths, even relax the back of your head. Right side of head, left side, top of head, and forehead, cheekbones, left side of jaw, right side of jaw, sides of neck. Notice what happens to the rest of your body when your whole head and neck relaxes. Taking your time, moving slowly. On your next inhale, with eyes closed, pull belly in and come back to center. And just straighten your left leg out. Take your time as you come back. We're just going to pause and center. And you want to move so slowly like you're in water. And if you find that you're yawning, that's actually a really good sign. Your nervous system is decompressing. So really encouraging this decompression on a much deeper level. Staying connected to sensation. And even as you lie here, feeling the healthy, natural curve in your low back. Feeling the healthy, natural curve in low back. And the healthy, natural curve in your neck. Feeling the space in your joints of your spine. Take a few more breaths. You'll notice the sensations keep shifting. So stay paying attention to this ever-changing body. There's a magic there. If it's your body's wisdom to stay lying here, you can. Otherwise, taking your time, like you have all the time in the world, when you're ready, draw your other knee in, your right knee. Place your bolster to your left side. Take your left hand to right knee. And then using left hand, draw right knee across your torso onto your bolster. And do have left knee in line with hip or a little bit lower down so that there's a little bit of space where you could encourage a little bit of space in that right hip, like a dropping downwards of your right hip, like that. And then what feels good to you with your right arm? Is it having it straight up? Is it having it out to the side? Do you need some support underneath your right arm? You always want to play with a soft to medium edge in yin with these longer holds. And what happens as you close your eyes or really soften them? And stay with the slowness of your breath. And as you're in this shape, notice where your breath is most needed right now. So simply observing the sensations in the shape of this pose. Noticing how you can breathe into muscle, into bone. You can breathe into organs. You can have your breath wide. You can make your breath very specific, even on a cellular level. And the more you just listen to your body will show you what it needs. So you play with every exhale of stepping back from having any sort of agenda. Trusting that deeper healing is there. If you let yourself wait and be patient just enough to receive it. But it definitely requires dropping ideas of knowing how it's supposed to happen. In a way, just dropping any construct that you have so that bigger wisdom can come through. Thus begins the importance of the beginner's mind. That's where the true wisdom starts. Just take a few more breaths. I've got you. You can relax your arm. Keep allowing yourself to feel and the exhale just helps you drop. Even dropping in your face. So that you can feel a little bit more. Allowing a deeper relaxation to permeate. Give yourself permission to stay here for as long as you need. If it's your body's wisdom right now to move out, slowly come back to center. Take your time and just rest here in center, either with knees bent or legs straight. Do you have pain in your hip? Okay, cool. And so just noticing what you feel. Can I straighten you out for a little bit?
Sure.
There we go. Yeah, cool. And just return to the slowness of your breath. Relaxing your jaw. Staying sensitive to the subtlety in your body. Visualizing space again between each vertebra. Slowness of your breath. Make sure you have all the space that you need. There's plenty of space. Just a few more breaths. Wherever the priority of your breath is, take 4 more slow, nourishing breaths into that area. Visualizing the light of your inhale. Keeping your eyes closed, moving slowly like you're in water. And my friends, if you're still in a pose, that's completely fine. You can stay there for as long as you would like. If you're on your back, slowly draw your knees into your chest. If it feels appropriate to just keep lying on your back, honor that. And as you stay with the nourishment of your breath, slowly roll to your right hand side. Pause here and just take a breath into your sacrum and low back. And then keeping your eyes closed, press yourself all the way up to sitting. And bring the soles of your feet together into Baddha Konasana. Now listen carefully. Take your hands on the flesh of your buttocks and just draw them back so that you're sitting more in front of your sit bones. And some of you may want to even sit on your orange cushion a little bit if you find that you're a little too behind your sit bones. Now take your bolster and place it to the side of your right thigh. And if you're confused, I'll be mirroring you. So take your bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, I'll bring you one. And place your bolster to the side of your right thigh. Bending your left knee, draw your left leg back so that the whole inside of your left leg is on the floor. Turn your torso towards your right thigh, and then lay your torso down onto your bolster. Now, ways to refine it. You can have your right thigh more at a 90-degree angle, so you can look at that thigh and draw it down so that your hip and thigh are in the same line. And you can even straighten your back leg a little bit. So there's this twisting motion that you're getting here. And you can lay your torso down and then just turn your head to your left or right. You'll just turn your head, to your side. So again, if you're like, what are we doing? You'll have your right thigh. Oh, we all have different rights and lefts right now. So your front thigh at a 90-degree angle. That's okay, Jason. And you have your bolster right in front of your thigh so that you can lay down right onto it. Does that feel okay? Okay. And if you don't have a bolster and would like one, let me know. There are a lot of different ways you can work every pose. And every day our body would like different things. So sometimes there's a nice tension that happens from gravity. You just always want to make sure that the edge is palatable. And as you relax, every muscle in your body, what does it feel like to relax every muscle in your body? And you can use your awareness on your body and your inhale to feel and meet any place that would like a little bit more softness. And the gift you're continually feeding yourself is allowing yourself to be as you are. So that if tension is here that doesn't want to move, any sort of pattern, acknowledging the deeper truth of perfection. In shamanic terms, we would call it dropping up, soaring up to ego level, the level of the soul, where you can see yourself in this map of your lifetime, maybe even map of lifetimes, and see that in every moment, you're exactly where you belong. Just a few more breaths. If it's your body's wisdom to stay, you have the time to stay. So honor that. If it's your body's wisdom to slowly come out and slowly unwind yourself, and do so. And before we go to the other side, we'll just take a moment to digest, which could mean legs straight out, arms by your side, or you can lay all the way onto your back. Choose what always feels right for you in this moment. Closing your eyes and breathing slowly. Now, a potential suggestion that you could do if this feels right for you is if you're lying on your back, bending your knees, and just take your left, we have different rights and lefts, so whichever leg was bent near the bolster, take that leg straight up. And just breathe through the whole back of your leg. Relaxing your jaw. Noticing the length of your inhale and exhale. And different days, we have different edges. So do encourage less effort, whatever you're doing. So if both of your legs are straight, you might find that bending left knee or your non-up in the air leg is a little bit more supportive. And as you relax your jaw, just take 7 more breaths, staying with the sensation in your legs, and breathe into it. Shoulders are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Feel the back of your pelvis on the ground. Now slowly release your leg that's up in the air down. Put your hands on your pubic bone and breathe from your pubic bone all the way back to the back of your pelvis. And feel how the back of your pelvis is on the ground. And breathe into there. Feel how the back of your pelvis is on the ground. And breathe into there. And for some of you, it's important to even feel your pubic bone, putting your mind and breath starting to live there as well. Now release your arms and roll to your right hand side again. And just pause when you roll to your right. Take 2 breaths at least through the back of your heart into your shoulders. So what does it feel like to really breathe into all the muscles that surround your scapula, which are your shoulder blades, the bones of your shoulders? And then on your next breath, press yourself all the way up. Take your time. And bring the soles of your feet together, knees out, Baddha Konasana. And we have different rights and lefts. Take your bolster to the side that you haven't done before. For most of us, it will be the left. Reach your right leg back. And you do want to maneuver your front leg so that it's a 90-degree angle, so that your left knee is in line with left hip. And then twist your torso, and you'll notice that this side might feel different, and bring it down onto your bolster. And you may have to adjust your front leg a little bit or your back leg a little bit just to make it a more palatable pose. And so much of yin, you're not concerned with getting precise alignment because we would be a lot of times have to engage certain muscles to create that. Now, if you have an injury, that's when we engage those muscles. But when we're able to really soften into the pose, another part of our system can get touched. And the yin practice touches the connective tissue, the fascia in the body, which you can visualize running from your toes all the way up to your head, wraps around and inside every muscle, organ, and your brain. It's almost like this just beautiful crystalline web. As you continue to breathe deeply through your whole body, feeling how at all times your whole body is connected. Feeling how at all times your whole body is connected. The yin practice is also designed to stimulate the meridians in the body, which is part of the Chinese energetic system. We've got yang meridians and yin meridians. Bless you. Bless you. In reality, we have a lot of different systems that we can tune into. And what becomes more important is to practice the presence of being in your body and with your body. And as your breath becomes slower, noticing how easy it is to mindfully relax your body. Notice how easy it is to mindfully relax your body. Taking a few more breaths, either visualizing breath through your whole body, or if there's an area that's asking for extra attention, if it's your body's wisdom to stay a little longer, please honor that. Otherwise, moving slowly and with breath, roll yourself up. Take your legs out. Choosing your digestion integration space, which could be just arms by your sides or laying on your back. And let yourself take your time. So if you need to stay longer in this pose, you do. And just closing your eyes, run your breath through your whole body. Noticing sensation. Also noticing new spaces of light inside of your body. There's always a place of pleasure and health in the body. Oftentimes, there are many places of pleasure and health in the body. But even in the most challenging moments, there's always one place. And when you focus on that place of health, of vibrancy, of pleasure, of light, it suddenly will spread. Remember this right now. Remember this for a future time, that there's always a place of pleasure and health, of light in your body, even in the most challenging moment. Now, as you stay with your breath, if it's appropriate for you to bend your knees and to take your other leg straight up, please do so. Please remember to do the opposite leg from last time. And it will be softer if you have both knees bent. And you can just let your arms even relax. But there are many variations. So if it feels helpful to grab onto your leg, you can. Always look for today our practice is what's easy, what's enjoyable, what's pleasurable. So noticing the pleasure in your body and even allowing, especially in the neck and shoulders, no effort. Really let the neck and shoulders be effortless. And just keep sending your breath into what you're feeling. So we want this area open. So we're going to do this so that we got space, so that energy can just travel up and down. Does that make sense? When you're ready, slowly release your leg down. And you can either just rest here with your legs straight or bent. Keep feeling long, nourishing breath. Keep encouraging relaxation. In truth, it's actually really easy to relax, but sometimes we forget. Get your inhale as long as you can get it. Get your exhale as long as you can get it. Remember that everything is already okay. That you're already in the perfect place. And that there's a place of pleasure and health always. In every moment. So keep your attention on that little place of light that always can grow quickly bigger. And if it's your body's wisdom to stay here, please honor that and do so. If it's healthy for you to move, taking your time, staying with sensation, your whole body, and breath, draw your knees into your chest. Roll to your right hand side. Breathe as you move. And this time, breathe through your mid-back area. Just notice what that feels like. In your next few breaths, come all the way up to sitting. And you're going to want a few props for this. So take your blanket or orange cushion. We're coming into a little bit of a dragon series. And place that back so that when you have your right knee on the ground, so your left leg is forward, you've got padding for your knee. And my knee-sensitive friend, we're going to play a little bit with this. You might want to have your bolster to the front of you. You may also want to have your block or blocks nearby. We're going to do a couple of variations on the dragons. So just beginning, and you've got two options for this first one, and remember to stay soft to medium. And you can come into this with me if you want to. So you have your left leg forward and your right leg back. And you want to make sure that you're in front of kneecap, not on top. Now option one that's a little softer, potentially, hands on either side of left foot. And you can put a block underneath one or both hands. If you're feeling a bit more like you need something else, you can bring both hands to the inside of left leg and begin to come down onto your elbows. This is where the blocks or the bolster becomes handy because you can also just rest on top of your block or bolster. Remember to go to the soft to medium edge because there's a reason why we call it dragon, because you can start to feel this one a lot. We won't be here as long as other ones. And as you close your eyes, this is a beautiful opportunity to get your exhale longer than your inhale and to breathe out through your mouth. And for my friends who are knee sensitive, if this is not working for you, please let me know, because we can always do something else. Okay. So return to the slowness of your breath. Your attention is all in your right thigh, your pelvis, and really encourage a long exhale. So you use your inhale to meet and your exhale to connect and clear. Just a few more breaths. We won't be staying here as long as the other one, so just stay with it. You'll notice a certain quality of heat that emerges as you breathe. Now you're welcome to stay here, or if you want to, you can take your left foot and slide it to the left a little bit. This time you'll have to have both hands to the inside of left leg, and just come onto the outside of your left foot for more of a winged dragon. If you find that where we were before is enough, stay there. There is an inherent wisdom of knowing, of respecting your edge. And personally, well, I do find that some of us are just going to be more naturally flexible. It's just how we're wired. And some of us are going to have more muscle tension in our body. For my friends who are more flexible, it actually is healthier to not push that flexibility. So that's where it becomes interesting to really honor that soft edge. So now you're here, drop back inside, and start to breathe. So closing your eyes and just being curious with sensation right now. We're almost through this one. So can you still stay as you feel? Use your breath to help you stay present. How does this feel for you? Okay. Just a few more breaths. Keep breathing into what you feel. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to come into fire dragon, curl your back toes under and straighten your back leg. So you can stay in any other variation we've done, or you curl your back toes under and straighten your leg. And my friend with the herniated disc, you may want to play with drawing pelvic floor and low belly in, just to notice if that does anything for you, and to visualize lengthening and create length, especially around the discs in your low back. So for everyone else, you're just here for 10 more minutes. Stay with your breath. Stay completely present. Use your breath to stay with you. If the fire dragon is too much fire, go to one of the other dragon variations. We're actually only here for a little bit longer. So put your mind in your body and breathe. Take 2 more breaths. Now very slowly, put your hands on the ground. Put your props to the side. You're going to have a couple variations for this. So you're moving into straightening your front leg. Now this is where a block underneath your thigh or 2 blocks under your thigh can be helpful. You can also take your bolster and place that under your thigh. You can also do block towers and block bolster towers. So get a little creative with your props, and if you need extra props, let me know. And this is different from a yang practice hanumanasana. So you want to be soft. You don't want to go to the place where you're praying and gritting your teeth. You want to really find that sweet, sweet edge where you could stay and breathe. Want something? There you go. You want 2? Yeah, I like that. That's what I was saying. Okay. So closing your eyes, raise your hand if you need extra props. And we're just here for some breaths. And never be shy about needing extra props. I'm the prop fairy. And while you're here, breathe through the backs of your legs and breathe in a way where you're connecting the backs of your legs to your pelvis. So breathe in a way where you're connecting the backs of your legs to your pelvis, feeling that and visualizing that. I don't know if you want extra ones, but And feel as well how the backs of your legs are connected to your pelvis and your whole back. Just a few more breaths. Exhaling through the mouth can be helpful. In case you want this, or you can put them underneath each. Take one more breath. And then moving slowly, bending your front knee. Slowly walk yourself back, breathing as you move. And you can set back into tabletop. You can lay on your back. You can sit upright, just finding that place for digestion. If it feels like you need a mild downward dog, you can do that, only because your body's craving that, not because you think you have to. And as you lay down or sit, finding your place for rest, return to the slowness of your breath, and really keeping your mind completely inside your body. Feeling nourishment of breath and sensation. There may be an area, such as your upper back or mid back, or perhaps the front of your chest, could be another area, where your breath is most needed right now. And what happens as you breathe there? You may find it helpful to focus on and visualize the place of pleasure or light in your body. Take 3 more breaths, staying with the feeling of pleasure and light in your body. If it's helpful for you to stay where you are, stay where you are. Otherwise, taking your time as you breathe, bring knees into chest, roll to one side, and come all the way up. Take your time. And as you keep breathing and you let yourself move slowly, put some padding back on your mat so that you can bring your right leg forward for your dragon series. Each side will be a little different. And you have your hands to the insides or on either side of your front leg. Do you want a blanket?
That would be nice.
Okay. And you can either stay with your arms straight or come down onto your elbows. using a prop if you choose. Choosing soft to medium edge. Staying with the slowness of your breath. Feeling what you feel. Eyes are closed or soft. Being with what's here. Just a little bit longer. If it's appropriate to stay here, do so. If it feels healthy to come into winged dragon, you just move your right foot a little bit more to the right. We're talking a few centimeters. And then come onto the outside of your right foot. So you're just dropping your right knee a little bit to the right. Arms can either stay straight or you can be on your forearms or propped. And keep feeling what you're feeling. Eyes closed or a steady gaze so that you just keep drawing yourself back into you. And breathing. Your breath becomes your stabilizer. And maybe begin to start exhaling through your mouth. Just a little bit longer. Now, if it's healthy to stay here, stay here. Otherwise, curl your back toes under and straighten your leg for fire dragon. You can do this with your arms straight or elbows bent. And if it would be healthier to do any of the previous variations, do that. And then just stay and breathe. So committing, staying, breathing. So it's the last dragon. Your front knee is still bent. We get to straighten our leg in a little bit. And just take a few more breaths, breathing with, breathing with. Exhale longer than your inhale. Full attention on inner thighs, left thigh, and pelvis. And then very slowly, lower your left knee down if it's not already. As you continue to breathe, start to straighten your right leg out, coming into your version of splits. So your right leg is straight, and you're placing perhaps blocks, bolsters, towers, and you might need extra support here. Some of you have noticed that I might have dropped some extra props for you. And if you need extra props after that, let me know. If it's easy for you, you can play with squaring your hips a little bit. And just finding that, just for your arms, or you want another one for here. Okay. And just feel. So feel the whole back of your legs. And feel the relationship between your pelvis and legs. And just slow your breath down. And notice if your breath is kind of high up. So what is it like to breathe down? What is it like to breathe down? Okay. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Take 5 more breaths, slow breaths, stay with, breathe into, and breathe with. On your next breath, if it's time to move out, mindfully bend your front knee, breathing as you move. Taking your time, move props to the side and find your digestion space, which could be laying on your back or stomach, sitting upright. It could be a child's pose. If you want to stay a little longer, please do so. There might be something good in there to hang out with. Relaxing your jaw. Slowness of your breath. And as you continue to deepen your breath, if you need to stay longer where you are, please do so. Otherwise, bending your knees, roll to your right. Come up to sitting, and I'm going to show you the last pose, which actually is either that one or another one, so you can stay there if you want. So, 2 options. One isn't better than the other. Option 1 is full saddle, where you take the flesh from your calves to the outside. Heels, so you're not on top of your heels, they're to the outside of your hips. And for some of you, just sitting here is enough. You may find that with 1 bolster or 2 bolsters, you can just slide back. And if it's easy and healthy for your back and knees, you can come all the way back. That's option 1. Now, for some of you who are knee sensitive or it just may not be what you need, you could also come into sphinx or seal. In sphinx, you've got your elbows under your shoulders. Seal, your arms are straight. The further away you bring your arms, the easier. Closer in, a little bit more stimulation. So feeling in for what does your body need in this moment. And if you need extra bolsters, let me know. If you're knee sensitive, then coming into sphinx or seal is the more helpful one. And you'll notice that both of these poses encourage an opening through the whole front of your body. And focus your breath right now in your heart. Connecting your heart all the way down to your pelvis. So as you inhale, connect your heart all the way down to pelvis. You want an extra bolster? Yeah. And as you exhale, connecting pelvis back up to heart. Eyes are closed. Don't push it. Okay. Draw your tailbone down. Like that. And each time you exhale, pull your belly in. Okay? So like right where my hand is. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit longer. So you're connected here and here. But where your play is going to start to be is pulling in here. Does that make sense? It's everybody's weakest place. You know? Just a little bit more. If you're lying on your back and it's time to move, use your hands and help press yourself up. Lean to one side and straighten the leg out. Take your time. If you're on your stomach, you can just move props to the side and lay all the way down onto stomach. Eventually, we'll be making our way onto our backs. So that may be happening soon. You might need an extra movement. Whatever you're doing, you're listening. and breathing. And so whatever shape you're in this moment, feeling your whole body together. We'll be moving into Shavasana. You're always welcome to come into it when you're ready. For those of you already in Shavasana, make sure that you're using the props you need and the rest of them, their ones, are not touching you. So you've got your space. And you've got your ponytails to the side, glasses, headbands are off. If your neck needs support, you can slide an orange cushion or blanket under. You can also use bolsters under your knees. Letting your breath be automatic. Feeling your whole body relaxing. Feeling your whole system dropping down. To a deeper, nourishing space. Of surrender. And relaxation. The whole body. Whole body. Relaxing. Begin to deepen your breath. If you'd like to lie here a little bit longer, please give yourself that. As you start to move your fingers and toes, taking your time. Stretching any way that feels good. Draw knees into chest. And roll to your right. Breathing through your whole heart. And noticing the light inside your body. Keeping eyes closed. If you're ready, come up to sitting. And just sit either on the ground or your bolster, palms face down. Long breaths through your heart. And keeping eyes closed, bring hands together in prayer in front of heart. Namaste.